Hey, event status I want to get at you real quick because you were comparing Nintendo to what Sega did as it pertains to monetizing ads. All right, I'm a big fan. You know, we've had these dialects before, so you probably know where this is going. This time, when I disagree with you, it's on the simple fact that you do know when Sega was doing this, they weren't just monetizing videos. Now, they were doing it like 50 steps, a leap, a skip, a jump, and a trip down the Mississippi River, way past that. What they were doing is, oh, you got Star Force in your title? Well, guess what? We are going to pull your video completely and potentially give you a copyright strike. And with that said, you're probably wondering, well, you were probably running one of their premium games. All right, no, this was a game that hasn't had anything done with it in years, like almost decades at this point, an old game. And they weren't just pulling games with Star Force footage, no. If you had Star Force in your title, they went after you. Even if you had a guild name called Star Force in a game that was like a browser game like Mabinogi and you just called a guild called Star Force, they didn't watch your video. They didn't even read the tags. They saw Star Force and they just pulled it. In this case, it's much different. Nintendo wants to get some ad revenue from other people's work, yes, mind you, but at the same time, you have to remember something. In the most of Let's Plays out there, especially the vast majority of them, what is it that the LPer is bringing to the table that hasn't already been brought by Nintendo? Because, see, with Nintendo, if you're going to show off a demo or showcase a review, they're not really going after those videos. No, they're going after full in-depth LPs, which kind of makes sense due to the fact that, yes, you did say they get their money. However, how many times have you watched a video game and at the same time it may have looked fun? You didn't get it because you watched it. Why would you don't care about the story. You've already seen it and saw someone else progress through it. And believe it or not, guys, there's a lot of people out there who fall under this category. So when they see someone like Shuhei Conroy run through one of their great games that just comes out, like Mario Galaxy 2, there's going to be a lot of people that are like, wow, that game looks pretty cool. All right, I've seen every level. There's not really much for me to go see now. That's why a lot of people watch 100% walkthroughs. It really does cut out on potential customers. So, yeah, you may say, well, what if it's only 2% of the people that do that? Well, I can understand how that could be fine, but let's see here. 2 people. 2 people out of every 100. So this is a really low number. This is not even realistic. This is really low for what it actually is. But let's just say it's 2 out of every 100. All right. This person has 8 million views. We can all agree that's more than 2 people. And since, you know, the retail market normally holds most of the profits, the developers probably only get like $25, $30, if that. If that. And that's an inflated number from how much the retail hogs like to take out of the pie. So it may be anywhere from $15 to $10, but let's just say it's 20 or 30. That's $60 off their plate. And if they only get 15 to 20 per game sold, people not buying it would be killing them. Especially when you have so many LPers. You could have somebody have 400,000, someone else could have 800,000 views, and those numbers add up, especially when people get on the hype train and just jump out, buy new game, record new game, get views for new game. People don't go out and get new game. Now, I can respect Nintendo. They're not pulling your videos. They understand, and they like you for not just pulling games. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're not saying, oh, you work so hard, and they just yank you down. They're just not going to allow you to keep making money. Because at the same time, you got to remember 2 important things. Who puts more effort into pushing a game? Nintendo's ad company? Nintendo's developers? That whole core Nintendo gamer relationship? Or the gamer putting their voice and occasional unnecessary scare cam on top of it? Because not too long back, I'm thinking about a couple hours ago, I didn't know that we got to the point where I can only play Nintendo games if I get paid for it. We haven't hit that. Back in the day in the 90s, we would only use the phrase, I'd only do that if you pay me, if it was some nasty, decrepit, oh my god, people actually do that? Gaming hasn't hit that form yet, and there's a lot of people who aren't going to LP games simply because Nintendo wants to go out and do this. Not saying it's the greatest move of all time, and it is the epitome of how future gamer and gaming company relationships should work. to say it's bad, it's really not. Actually, I approve it because it really does weed out a lot of the people here on YouTube. It really does. Because a lot of people who quote unquote want to be gamers, you know the people I'm talking about, a lot of them have stopped playing Nintendo games altogether or won't even finish their Nintendo LPs that they're already in progress, which is ludicrous to me, but whatever. So with that said, good on you, Nintendo. Get your money.